Okay guys, so this is going to be how we do our graphing for the lab. Alright, so we have our two sets of data for the car or the marble that was rolling down, alright, a 1-book incline and a 2-book incline. Now on each of the graphs, after we set them up, no matter what, average time is going to be our x. Now, on the distance time graph, like I have shown as an example here, on the distance time graph, this is going to be your x, this is going to be your y. Alright, so for the dt graph, this is y. And for this set of data, on the dt graph, okay, this is y, this is x. So there should be two graphs on, alright, there should be two sets of data on the dt graph, so there should be like two slopes or two lines. Then, for the vt graph, which is on the second graph, that one, this is your y. These are still your x. Alright, so I'm going to kind of walk through here. First, we're going to do just the one book incline. Alright. Now, let me just see. On the x-axis, we'll zoom in. I want you guys to make sure that you're going over by about 0.2. Alright, if you go over 0.2 to 0.25, you're good. Alright. For distance time graph, go up by 5s. Now, my first data point is x of 1.34 and 20. So I'm going to find 1.3. It's somewhere in between here, the 1.2, 1.4, and 20. So it's just a tiny bit more than halfway. Okay, that's my first point. Now I'm looking at 2.06 and 40. So here's our 2.0. 2.1 would be dead center, so we're going to be a little inside of the center point, and 40. So about here. Next I have 2.53 and 60. So 2.5 would be in the center of 2.4 and 2.6 and 60. So I'm just right about here. Then my next data point is going to be 2.95 and the 80. So 2.95 and 80. That's going to be pretty darn close to this 3.0. And then 80. So we're looking about right here. And then the last one is 3.33 and 100. So 3.33 is about here, and 100. Okay, so here is this. Now, a lot of people are going to say, all right, take the line of best fit, make a line of best fit, but for this one, because it's a distance time graph, and we are noticing that there's an increase in our velocity, that means the object is accelerating, and it should make sense, guys, because it was either the car or the marble was going down the ramp. So yes, it should be accelerating. So when something is accelerating on a DT graph, it is going to look like a curve. Okay, we have a few different I've shown examples of that. There's worksheets or a packet that has that drawn on there already. So you kind of draw in like a half parabola shape that will try and go through, all right, those points. I mean, look, it's not gonna be 100% perfect. It is what it is for that one, okay? Because you can't really use a ruler, obviously, to draw on a curve right here. All right, and then at the end of that line, you know, I would write in that this was the 1 book. And then off on the side, I would say, put a little like key. Okay, the dark circle is 1 book. Now, I'm going to go to the 2-book incline, and I'm going to plot x, and this is still a DT graph, versus y. I'm going to do this with an open circle instead for this one. Okay, so first data point, I'm at 0.77 and 20. It's 0.77. It's almost right at the 0.8. Make a little open dot here. Alright, this may be a little hard to see there, but doing it in person, you'll be able to tell the difference. Next data point, 1.2 and 40. So 1.1 would be in between these two, and 40. So it would just be a smudge to the inside of that guy. Next, 1.36 and 60. We're looking at it right about here. Jesus. Next, 1.56 and 80. And then finally, 1.73 and 100. Alright, so you can see that this one, yeah, it's still going to have a curve going upward, but it's going to be, alright, closer in, it's going to kind of curve up faster. So that is going to represent the fact that this object, okay, this cart or this marble was accelerating faster. And that should make sense because this is a 2-book incline. And you can kind of see that the velocities here are faster. Alright, they're faster, and when you calculate for the accelerations, they are higher numbers than they are on the previous. Okay, so that should make sense.